Skye Squad, we are back in the building, baby. And we got to talk Wendy Williams because she has a message for all of
Would
y'all.
love to say to my Wendy watchers, keep watching because I'm going to be back on the Wendy show, bigger and brighter than ever.
Okay, Wendy Williams is letting us know that she is planning to be back in the building, Skye Squad. What's going on, y'all? In case y'all don't know, I'm your boy Richie Skye. We are talking reality TV news, and sometimes we get into a little bit of pop culture. Now, we have been following this Wendy Williams story for quite some time, ever since she first took her hiatus from her show way back in October. Was it September? September? Because she never came back. Anyway, she's got some things to say. She did an interview with TJ from Good Morning America. I think his name is TJ. And shout out to Denise, Skye Squad member, that told me about this news. But anyway, I will place the link in the description down below so that you guys can watch the video in its entirety for yourself. Okay. And this was featured on Good Morning America. And basically, what happened was TJ, I think that's his name again. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Did a Zoom interview with Wendy Williams. Now, the reason why you guys will see the words on the screen, okay, is because Wendy Williams was not either A, in studio, nor was she visible on the Zoom call. Now, I know for a lot of y'all, who have to work and stuff like that, and even with myself in real estate school, your face got to be on the screen. And you know what? I be so annoyed with that. And I can't imagine, having to work and always be on the camera and stuff like that. Because sometimes I feel like when you work from home, you just be in the groove of working, baby. And Wendy was probably in the groove of whatever she was doing. But she is back in New York City. That is what our boy TJ did tell us. Now, he did make this disclaimer. She just wasn't ready to be on the camera, but we're going to get into the specifics about maybe why that is and everything Wendy had to say in this interview right now, okay? So I got a little visual for you so you guys can actually see how they posted the words on the screen versus showing her, and they gave you a little picture of her face. Kind of like a little podcast, if you will, which is what everybody had been saying that she should be doing now anyway. But I digress. Let's get into everything that she had to say. So when asked about, her health and her battle with the bank, this is what Wendy had to say with regards to her health. She says, well, when people want control of their accounts, they say anything, including something crazy like that about me, by basically saying that, there was all of these concerns about, and we're talking about Wells Fargo, alleging that there were concerns about exploitation of her bank accounts and whatnot, okay? Now, Wendy goes on to say that her health is very well and that she's actually had a few appointments. I'm 57 now, and I have the mind and body of a 25-year-old. Now, I got to tell you guys the truth. This Wendy sounded like regular Wendy on her show. I got to tell you the truth. So it was nice to at least hear these things in her own voice because, I didn't feel like that could be tricked or whatever like that. And, we did see that photo of her hanging out with DJ Booth or whatever. Anyway, again, like I said, they said she was back in New York City handling business, okay? So she also had this to say. When asked again, specifically still talking about health and battle with the bank. With regards to the bank, they said that I need somebody to handle my account. And I don't want that. She says, I want all my money. I want to see all my money that I've worked hard for my entire life. Okay. Now, unless she was under some type of conservatorship, this woman should definitely have access to her money. Again, unless she had some prior provisions with the bank that left that determination up to certain members of her team to determine her mental state, okay? She also goes on to say, my entire life, I don't lie, I don't cheat, and I don't steal. I am an honest, hardworking person. And we can definitely say that Wendy Williams has been one of the hardest working women in show business for quite some time. So, I mean, that's that on that. Now, they do go on to refer back to what Wells Fargo was allegedly needed. Side note, I don't even know as a person of color, as a black person, I don't even know why y'all are still banking with Wells Fargo, but that's just my opinion. Okay. That's my opinion. And that's just where I'm at with it because for me, they just not for us. Okay. Anyway, at least in my opinion, that's my opinion. Okay. We go back to what they were saying about they requested a conservatorship, as I did talk about. Brittany was under that conservatorship, and that didn't work too well. But anyway, they said they believe she is the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. Just to remind you guys of what they had said. Now, Wendy then goes on to say, well, I want to spend more time with my family and, working out and waiting for the responses to my money situation in Wells Fargo. So it sounds like she is still waiting on this money situation to be clarified. Why? Do you know how that would aggravate me? This is why I tell y'all, don't put your money all up in one place. Have multiple bank accounts. And this is, again, it ain't financial advice. This is all entertainment. But this is what this is what I do, okay? You have your money up in a bank, up in a credit union, and some investment accounts here, there, and in a couple of different places. If you like, grab a little bit of crypto or Bitcoin or whatever you want to do with it, as much as you can reasonably afford to risk, okay? And then some life insurances, okay? Get you some life insurances. Don't be dependent on this one financial institution because you just never know. Clearly, this right here is a good reason why. But anyway, and side note, if y'all ain't watched that Earn Your Leisure podcast with Steve Harvey, get off the screen right now. I mean, well, not right now. Watch this video first, but then head on over there and watch it. It's about 2 hours, and it is good. And he talk a lot about money in that thing too. Wendy, watch that, okay? So then somebody on Wendy's team jumps in to give some advice. We don't know who this member is, so don't ask me no questions in this video because I don't know. There was an unspecified member of the team. They did not say who it was. And again, you can watch the video in the link in the description to find out more. Okay. They said there was an individual internal to Wells Fargo that Wendy worked with that Wendy wanted to have her son begin to come in and have a little bit more space to get a little bit of knowledge as to the inner runnings of Wendy Williams, which says to me, from my vantage point, that Wendy maybe wanted her son to become more involved in the management of her finances and investments. And the person who was there, again, I'm going to put up this sign because we need to say alleged. I'm basically giving you my thought is that the person who was on that internal team did not want that to occur, perhaps. Okay. The member of Wendy's team, who again is unannounced, says so the person that was there was going to be losing some of the access to Wendy that she had prior to, and I don't think that she liked that. So basically, this person is spilling the tea, unnamed person spilling the tea to somebody on the inside of Wells Fargo, based on what I see here. Okay, there was an individual internal to Wells Fargo that Wendy worked with that Wendy wanted to have her son to begin to come in and work with. Didn't really want their son to be working with them because maybe they had some type of feelings that the son won't either ready or just didn't like the fact that, Wendy was trying to gain control of her situation the way that she should. Okay. And so this was a statement that a representative had put out at the time. And I don't even think this was authorized by Wendy Williams, but I could be wrong. But I think she had an issue with this that said it's been a challenging time for Wendy as she deals with her health issues and has been assured that should her health get to a point where she could host again, she would be back on TV at that time. So now we're about to get into her potentially coming back to the television screen. Okay. Now, again, this is the visual that you will see when you watch the interview. It is of TJ, and then it is of a photograph of Wendy Williams. Y'all know how you can have that photo up when you do your Zooms? Okay. That's what I would prefer to have up anyway when I'm in real estate class, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, Wendy says, I'm very comfortable. You know, my partners with the show, everybody's ready. So Wendy is saying everybody ready because we had previously heard, based on this statement here, that she had been assured that when her health got to a point where she could host again, that she would be back on TV at that time. So when the host right here, when she said that, he was like, so you mean to tell me that right now, tomorrow, your butt can be sitting right back there up in that purple chair, okay? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay. And so Wendy did say this. She said, hold your horses, hold your horses. She says, well, give me about 3 months. I did. There are some private things that I have to deal with, and then I'll be ready to come back and be free and ready to do my thing. So what I'm taking that to mean, and again, I'm giving an educated guess, is there may be some legal things that may need to be put into place, some reworkings with the advertisements or whatever have you, to make sure that this is a situation that she can comfortably walk back into. But she said give her 3 months. Now, if I count 3 months, this is March. So I'm not even going to count March because I feel like we almost over. So that's April, May to the June. But at the end of the day, we know, I mean, the season will probably be ended in May, June anyway. So I feel like it really would be no need to come back in the middle of June. Go ahead and start this podcast and then see us in September because that's usually when these things pick up. But how is she going to start back in September when Sherri Shepherd's show taking a time spot? Riddle me this. I am trying to figure it out. How are we going to get Wendy back on our television screens if the woman is saying that she's ready, but your time slot has been taken by somebody else? I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm ready. Come on, Wendy. Anyway, she says, this is what I would love to say to my Wendy watchers. Keep watching because I'm going to be back on the Wendy show bigger and brighter than ever. And I say this, Wendy, come on, bring it to us, mama. Give it to... Oh, that was Sugar Mama. Anyway, y'all, what y'all think about this? Wendy's finally speaking out. She is saying that she is ready to come back. And she is big. It's going to be bigger and brighter than ever. I'm ready for it, baby. Bring it on to it. Bring it all. Come on, baby. Bring it all to me. Okay. Give it to us now. And side note, Carlos King, when are we getting the Encore season 2? I'm just thinking about that since I'm singing Shamari and the Peoples. Anyway, that was all I got to say. That's the end of this video. Catch me in the next one, y'all.